I always wondered, what really goes on during a girl's night out? When one of those women is a covert narcissist who's in a committed relationship or even married. Everyone thinks it's just fun, harmless, right? And sometimes, yeah, it is. But other times, it's something entirely different. You see, most men worry about the threat of another man. Is she talking to someone new? Is she dancing with someone else? Is he better looking than me? What he might never realize is that for the female covert narcissist, the sexual chameleon subtype, the real new supply catch just might be the woman sitting right next to her. The one she draws in and gives special attention to. The one feeding her ego without anyone noticing. Female supply often stays invisible to most men. She hides it in places you never even think to look. A partner at home? Uneasy. Noticing little inconsistencies, haunted by suspicion, yet never seeing the full picture. And that's exactly how she wants it. The covert sexual chameleon adapts, shifts, and collects emotional attention, sometimes sexual energy, from other women, all without anyone noticing. And trust me, what you're about to see will make you realize just how easy it is to be fooled by someone you thought was loyal. But just a quick note, this isn't about every female covert narcissist. We're focusing on the sexual chameleon type, those who shift their behavior and patterns to attract attention, often using subtle coded phrases online to manipulate and draw attention, rather than build real connection. My name is Eddie. I share stories shaped by real experiences with toxic, manipulative people, because someone out there needs the clarity I never got. If that someone is you, listen closely. Allow me to let you in on what cryptic communication is. It's not just simple texting or posting. For the sexual covert chameleon, it's a tool, a strategy to spark curiosity, attracting anyone to her energy, beauty, or emotional signals like strangers, friends, and online followers, even during her relationship or right after a breakup. Every message is intentional. It looks playful on the surface, but it carries hidden meaning for the person she's targeting. Why, you ask? Well, it lets her test for attention, stay in control, and quietly build influence, all while keeping her intentions hidden. You see, she feeds her ego, moves under the radar, and absorbs emotional and sexual energy, often pulling other women close through loyalty, admiration, or attention, all without anyone noticing. For a covert narcissist, love is not the goal. Control is. Anyone's attention? Just another tool she uses. In other words, she might be playing you and quietly pulling in others into the same game. But here's what most men don't realize. For the sexual chameleon type, emotional supply, attention, approval, and reactions that feed her ego is often the driving force behind her actions. She isn't loyal to either gender. She adapts to whoever provides the strongest supply, carefully measuring attraction, loyalty, and boundaries. Other women are often easier targets because most are emotionally expressive and in touch with emotions, letting her tap into admiration and connection with less difficulty. Once she has someone's attention, it stops being public. It becomes private. It's used to test the target's loyalty, create insecurity in her partner, and quietly decides who stays close and who gets replaced. And when attention is divided unevenly, control doesn't need force. It flows naturally. For the sexual covert chameleon, coded phrases are used to pull in targets while keeping others in the dark. Phrases like favorite person or girly girl aren't casual. They serve as breadcrumbs revealing who gets her special access. And to be clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with these phrases on their own. It's not the words themselves that matter. It's how they're used, when they're used, and with who they're used with. In the hands of the sexual covert chameleon, ordinary language becomes a filter. One person hears something harmless, while another hears an invitation. Private meetups, secret nicknames, and dual-layer communication quietly reinforce these connections. All of this sets the stage for a game called triangulation. Triangulation isn't loud or dramatic. It creeps in unexpectedly. It's when the sexual covert chameleon keeps several people engaged without anyone noticing. She doesn't cross boundaries openly, but she keeps her commitments intentionally flexible. You feel it through small shifts in access, language, and intimacy. And it usually reveals itself in phrases that seems harmless until you see who they're meant for. For example, she knows all my secrets. To her female target, it feels like trust, intimacy, a rare privilege she's been quietly granted. To him, it raises a silent question. How does someone she barely knows suddenly know so much? And she, the sexual chameleon, silently watching, measuring every reaction, enjoying the invisible pull. And just when you think it ends there, you're my favorite person. It might sound casual to the outside world, but to her target, it's a spark, an unspoken invitation, a signal that they occupy a private space no one else can touch. To him, suspicion quietly creeps in. Why does that connection feel closer than ours? She shifts her energy easily. The ambiguity is her tool. Notice how a single phrase can influence more than you realize. My sexy love, also known as my sexy. To outsiders, it sounds playful or unserious. To her female target, it signals intimacy without commitment, attention that feels personal, flattering, and intentionally ambiguous. To her male partner, it creates a quiet sense of unease, not enough evidence to confront, but enough to feel displaced. The sexual chameleon benefits from this ambiguity. By never defining the meaning, she keeps multiple people emotionally engaged while avoiding accountability to any of them. Social media doesn't start the game. It just makes it more efficient. Each post becomes a tiny performance that tests loyalty, captures attention, and quietly controls who stays close. Most men miss it because the real targets, often other women, remain invisible. This is how the sexual chameleon filters for attention without flirting or anything you could point to. And this is where most people miss it, because nothing looks wrong on the surface. And that's exactly why it works. Here's where it becomes visible if you know how to look. Self-love starts here. To her partner, it reads as growth or self-reflection, but there's a hidden tension beneath it, a quiet signal that someone else might be seeing her in a way he can't fully understand. That hidden layer, quietly, pulls his attention, stirring curiosity and feeling unsure without anything overtly crossing the line. To the female viewer, it sparks admiration and emotional alignment, giving a sense of privileged access. And here's the key part. The same post doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. One person sees healing, another sees availability, another sees aspiration. Functionally, it filters for who responds, who connects, and who stays emotionally available. Now check out this post. Future husband. At first, it seems playful, harmless, whatever, right? But your gut flags it. Every flick of your curiosity, suspicion, confusion, she feeds on it. No names, no faces, no promises, no mention of you. You want to support her. You want to be chosen. But you don't know who it's for. The anxiety has a grip on you. To the male viewer, he's not looking for her. Yet the future husband post finds him. An invitation without words. Not directed at him, but not closed off either. No man pictured. No history. No mention of anyone in her life. Just a suggestion of exclusivity floating in the open. To him, it signals availability without effort. A woman who wants to be chosen, but hasn't chosen yet. Curiosity intensifies. Possibility grows. He senses the projection. He imagines where he might fit, even though he wasn't invited. He scrolls on, but the idea lingers. The female target doesn't read it literally. She picks up on the vibes instead. The future husband framing keeps it safe in public. No risk or exposure. No assumptions. But she feels his softness, openness, a quiet shift. Someone signaling possibility. Not sexual, just relational. It hints at attention without asking for it. A private connection without commitment. She lets her curiosity lead. She responds. She mirrors the tone. Drawn in by what's implied, not what's said. The sexual chameleon posts. Then she waits. She measures reactions. Every comment, like, or emoji, it's fuel. The post works like a dopamine vending machine, always there to feed the drive for attention. It manages perception. In public, it maintains a conventional heterosexual image, safe for friends, family, and her partner. Privately, it draws attention and emotional energy from others, including female admirers, without commitment. She never clarifies or explains her situation. She lets curiosity surround her. That mystery, that questionable energy, that's not confusion. That's the system working. Because she's not looking for a partner. She's harvesting roles. People don't pick their part. She assigns them. Everyone around her becomes a player in her game, giving attention, energy, or reactions, whether they realize it or not. And maybe some of you guys have seen this one. Self-growth era. You see the post. Sounds healthy, responsible, even mature. Something you shouldn't question. But something feels strange. Might be the phrasing, or the way she shares it. The comments feel warmer than they should. Too warm. The attention feels personal, and you sense it. An internal alarm you can't ignore. The moment you hesitate, you catch yourself. Am I overthinking this? You stay quiet, but curiosity grows. Suspicion lingers. The female target sees momentum, growth, expansion, reinvention. For some, possibility. The post feels like an invite without being explicit. Safe to admire, safe to connect, safe to lean in emotionally, because nothing overtly sexual was said. Curiosity is rewarded. Questions feel welcomed. For the sexual chameleon, it's the perfect position. Attention without accountability. It attracts attention from anyone tuned in, from those in the know. This isn't about sexuality, though some attention may feel charged. It's about controlling perception, maintaining ambiguity, and staying socially innocent. To the male partner, he wants to ask, but his gut keeps him quiet. Comments like, "I don't need to explain myself to you," or "You're just insecure, relax," discourage questions and reinforce trust. The audience is drawn in, and the chameleon gains access, validation, intrigue, and emotional supply, all while remaining covered, either still in a relationship or just out of one. Now, this is important, so don't sleep on this. The sexual chameleon keeps things blurry on purpose, so she can move how she wants and make you question yourself later. Pay attention to the pattern. Harmless posts for most, hidden signals for a select few. Attention is measured, loyalty tested, control maintained. This is how supply flows under the radar, and why men often feel something is off, even when they can't call it out. You've seen how the sexual chameleon operates, befriending a selected few, while leaving her partner unsettled, slightly off balance, and unsure why. Trust your instincts, protect your energy, time, and possessions she may try to take. Set clear boundaries without letting accusations of being too controlling stop you. Awareness is power. Once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. Attention and material benefits bring her satisfaction, and when that supply slips, she moves on quickly. If this clicked for you, hit the like and subscribe so more people can start seeing the patterns behind the behavior. Turn on notifications and don't miss the next insight. Thanks for watching the video, and remember, you're not just surviving. Together, we thrive.